One out there. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Phillies baseball, everyone. It's Bilskie back here with you for yet another edition of Phillies baseball, courtesy of MLB The Show 20. Just a fantastic game. If you have the means by which to either purchase this or download this game, I would recommend it highly. We're getting ready for the first of the Memorial Day weekend series between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Colorado Rockies, getting you set. We're going to let the computer play this one out. So we got Vince Velasquez hitting the hill tonight, looking for win number 6. Should be an interesting game. We're going to let the computer play the majority of this. I'm going to go have some dinner and have some time with the fam. But going to be putting a link on the Facebook page. If you would give that a look and a follow, that would be great. It is Bilskie's Phillies season on Facebook. So if you go to facebook.com and type in the search engine Bilskie's Phillies season, that'd be great. You'll be sure to find me as we are live on the YouTube channel here and about to go to Coors Field to witness Game 1 of the, boy, that volume's up pretty high. Game 1 of the Phillies and the Rockies, as you see Coors Field there. And we'll do clear skies. Should be nice out there. Maybe partly cloudy. Sounds good. Well, here we go. As you see, the 41-8 fighting Phils. And there, my friends, is your starting lineup for the 41-8 Phils. It's Andrew McCutchen leading off, playing left. Gene Segura batting second, playing third. Bryce Harper, the right fielder, batting third. Rhys Hoskins batting fourth. JT, Didi, Roman Quinn, Scott Kingery, Vince Velasquez, your starting 9. We take you to Coors Field for Game 1 of the Phillies and Rockies now.
We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Colorado Rockies. It's Baseball on the Show, and it's coming up next. Yency Almonte will be on the mound for the series opener. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, Matt, we're getting a look at a guy that's really dependable. Last 3 starts, ERA just under 3.00, and that's some pretty good pitching. Minimizes the amount of walks, keeps his hits down, and if he can do more of the same of that, he should have some pretty good fortune in this one here today.
So the next hitter to dig in will be Andrew McCutchen. He'll get us started in this one under the lights. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swing, and there it goes. He got all of that ball into the bleachers and gone. It's a solo shot off the bat of Andrew McCutchen, number 249 career, and the Phillies grab a 1-0 lead.
This guy has some pop in that leadoff spot. You have to be a little bit more careful than that. Threw him a first pitch strike, and he hit it over the wall.
Stepping into the box, Gene Segura, as we take a look at the splits between April and May. Here comes the first pitch. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this will land untouched. Almonte is just getting his big league pitching career underway, of course, but he did recently pick up his first and only win. The windup and the 0-1. And look out as that fastball ran in and got him. Ouch, man.
Wow, I'm not sure if he was looking past this guy to the slugger coming up or just lost focus. But now the big bat steps to the plate with a great RBI opportunity.
Here's Bryce Harper now, and you see the numbers there. He's been very dangerous at the plate, to say the least. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Here's the 1-0. Pulled toward right center field. Blackman is under it. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 17, Rhys Hoskins.
So a runner at first with one man gone, and that'll bring in a perennial MVP candidate for years to come, Rhys Hoskins. From the stretch. Segura stands at first with one out. Hoskins behind, the count 0-2. And there are our umpires for this one. Working the plate is Dave Lawrence.
Dan, we got Dave Lawrence behind the dish tonight. One of the best in the business, in my opinion, but sometimes has a tendency to fall into a pattern where he's given a little bit too much on that outside corner.
Yeah, D-Road, one of the things he'll do, he'll open up.
Meanwhile, this ball is into right center, and that ought to be good enough for extra bases. In to score is the runner from first. It's a 2-0 ball game.
That will drive a pitching coach crazy. He has the hitter down 0-2 in the count, and instead of making him chase at something off the plate, he grooves one that's driven down the line for a run-scoring double. Have to make better pitches on an 0-2 count.
So now to the plate, JT Realmuto, as he'll take a changeup here for strike one.
Well, this is starting to feel like a make-or-break moment in this game. When you're playing a first-place team, you can't expect to fall way behind early in the game and then mount a comeback.
Big swing, but a little dribbler here to the right side of the mound. Throw won't get him at first, an infield single, and it's first and third now.
Hey, that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody's getting it right out of the chute from step one, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating executing a pitch and there's an infield knock.
It is, D-Roy, and you can read that right off the bat as a pitcher. You can read the angle. You know that that ball is going to be hit on the ground, and you're thinking deep down inside, okay, there's a quick out, and it just wasn't meant to be.
First pitch of the at-bat. Well out in front of the breaking ball there for a strike.
Hey, this is a left-handed hitter that can fly down the line. If they want to turn two, they're going to have to be almost perfect.
Here comes the 0-1. Not close with the off-speed pitch taken for a ball. The 1-1 home. And he pops him up, drifting toward the left side of the infield. And that'll bring home run number 3. It's now a 3-0 cushion.
Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 24.
Settling in now, Roman Quinn. He's got a chance to add on to what's already been a big inning for them.
Yeah, 2 on here and 3 on the board already. They've absolutely come out and forced the issue of this inning. Matt, a hit here could really fire up that dugout.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
Well, he's in a bit of hot water in this first inning, but if he can start throwing his slider effectively like that, he has a lot better chance of settling into this game.
3 runs already home here. Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2.
I know he's been struggling early, but that pitch right there, well executed changeup, if he can mix that in, maybe he hangs around for a little while longer.
Lays off that time, and it's 1-2. Now this is on the ground to first. We'll see if they can get two. One there. Relay throw, but it'll be too late as he's well safe at first.
That was kind of a high degree of difficulty play that time. You see the off-balance throw to second base, and he couldn't get a lot on it, but they did get the out.
So striding forward now, Scott Kingery, and the Phils trying to make this first inning even better here. Has a look, now the pitch. 0-1 the count. With runners in scoring position this season, Kingery brings a batting average in the low 220s to the table.
Yeah, Matty, he's well aware of it. Runners in scoring position, that's where you need to be on your game. He's just expanded the zone entirely too much in these situations.
Count now, a ball and a strike. Here's a look over to first, and he's back in standing. Runners at the corners, 2 men out. Lays off the slider that time, 2-1.
To me, it looks like he just doesn't trust himself out there on the mound. It's like he's fighting his body on every pitch, and as a result, we're seeing a lot of balls from him early on in this game.
Now the 2-1 pitch is in there for the second strike. Slow roller out to short. Gonna be a tough play. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a couple of men left. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. Philadelphia is on top, 3-0. Vince Velasquez, the California-born right-hander, is on the mound. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Wow, talk about a number that jumps out at you. This guy's whip, which is walks to hits to innings pitch, is less than 1 coming into this start. That's not an easy thing to do. That tells me one thing. Not only is his stuff good, but he wipes people out quick. This is a real good pitcher.
Digging in, Raimel Tapia. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Now here's the pitch. No balls and 1 strike. Now the 0-1. These Phillies, as they enter play here tonight, fellas, they've got to be considered the hottest team in baseball right now as they come in winners of 9 of their last 10 ball games.
Matty, this team is oozing confidence right now. They were playing well coming into this game. And what do? Right out of the chute, top of the first, throw a 3 spot up on the board. They got the opposition on their heels.
The 2-1. Daniel Murphy waits on deck. Set to deal. Here's the 3-1. And that misses, ball 4. So that's just what you hope for here in the first. Base runners as you try to claw back into this one.
Man, that's just painful for a pitcher right there. A 3-2 offering that was right on the corner, but he couldn't get him to chase, and he doesn't get the call. Can't beat yourself up about that one too much.
In now for Colorado, Daniel Murphy. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Quinn will settle under it to make the play for the first out, as the runner will have to head back to first.
Batting third, the third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Now batting, Nolan Arenado. Only one hit for him in his last 4 ball games. First pitch on its way. And he'll start him with a slider that's taken down and away for ball 1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Lofted in the air out to right field. Harper has a read on it. 2 down.
Batting fourth, the right fielder, Charlie.
Here's Charlie Blackmon now. He was 1 for 4 back in Wednesday's contest. Here's the first pitch to him. Edge of the zone that time, taken and ruled a strike. As a look, now the pitch. No swing on the knuckle curve, even at 1-1. A high fastball is in there.
Looked like he was going to wait him out, see if he was going to come over the heart of the plate. Well, newsflash, he is, and this hitter's going to adjust his batting gloves, and he better be ready in the box.
The 1-2. Swing and a ball sliced foul into the seats down the left field line. Here's the 1-2 delivery.
This is a fun guy to watch when he's up there. Really battles. Doesn't take any pitches off. He's a grinder. Always seems to make it difficult on the opposing pitcher.
The 2-2.
Well, this has been a good at bat. He's now worked the count full to 3-2. It allows the runner on first to be on the move with 2 away.
And that misses, ball 4, so it's first and second now with 2 out.
He did not want to let the hitter off the hook with 2 outs, and now he's got a runner in scoring position to deal with.
David Dahl.
And that'll bring up the speedy outfielder David Dahl. And he comes in as a player to watch out for, hitting well over 300 on the season. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he takes ball 1. 2 men are on with 2 men out. Late on that one as it's fouled off to the left side. Now the 1-1 pitch. Early swing there as he pulls it foul to the right side. There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now. Trevor Story would be next. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. The 3-2 one more time. And he fouls this one off. Here's the payoff pitch. On the 8th pitch of the at-bat is the one that finally does it as he wears him down and the inning is over. A couple of walks but no damage. We're back to Friday Night Baseball on the show after this. So here now's the pitcher, Vince Velasquez.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
First offering on its way.
Count 1-0.
A ball and a strike. Out in front of a fastball as this is ripped down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. He's through first and hustling for second. And the Phillies are able to get things started with a leadoff double.
No doubt about it. He was looking fastball all the way there, and that's exactly what he got. Got the barrel out front and just blasted it down the line for an extra base hit. Nobody out, runner in scoring position. Great opportunity here.
Here's Andrew McCutchen now as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. A ball and a strike to the Phillies leadoff man.
You can really tell about how effective this guy's going to be when guys are swinging at that changeup. So far in this one, they've been real smart to let it go.
The 1-1 taken, strike two. No one out with a runner at second. Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact. And he lays off, so it's full now, 3-2.
Having a hard time putting this hitter away here, and when I was looking at the tape on him from his last start, this is what I saw a lot of. He's not closing the door on guys, and when that's the case, they eventually get a pitch that they can do something with.
Tapia is right there, one down, and the runner not tagging will retreat to second base.
The third baseman, number 2,
A man at second with one down, and that'll bring in Gene Segura. He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Boy, this is one of those tricky spots for a pitcher, right? You have an open base, but you have a guy on deck that could do a lot of damage. Not a good spot to be in if you're a pitcher right now.
Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side, and that's going to fall for a base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only one away.
Wow, and the hits just keep piling up for them. Take a look at the numbers here. That's already 6 hits, and we're only in the second inning. We'll see if they can keep this up as the innings go on.
So first and third with one away, and that'll bring in a dangerous hitter indeed in the form of Bryce Harper. He's set and the pitch. Looking at his lifetime numbers, Harper is carrying around a sparkling slugging percentage up over 500. Obviously a huge threat every time he grabs a bat. And he watches one miss outside. 2-0 now.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to flirt with loading the bases.
Left side, but well foul. Just the second inning, but already 37 pitches to this point. A swing and a miss there. 2-2.
With 2 strikes now and a runner at first, do you go for the strikeout or are you still looking for the double play ball?
Good time to try to put the ball down in the strike zone. You can either get a strikeout or a potential double play ball.
Down the third baseline, but this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. Tried to fool him with the changeup, but he won't offer at it. 3-2.
Definitely in a tough situation facing the 3-hitter. You could work around him and maybe walk him to load the bases, but that just sets up the cleanup guy with the bases loaded.
The 3-2 pitch. Lifted down the line in left. And that is off the wall, but in foul territory. Foul ball. Another full count pitch home. And another foul ball. Swing and a ball hit to the left side, and this is going to wind up a souvenir. The next 3-2. And he misses with it. Ball 4, so that'll load the bases, and now he's really going to need to get a ground ball.
You know, that's sort of a tough one since it's only the second inning, but I think it's about knowing your pitcher and how they respond. He's had some struggles here, so I think he's just reminding him to let those go and focus on the next batter.
Next to bat will be Rhys Hoskins. He's got the bases loaded now and a chance to really do some damage.
And he's one of those guys that they really rely on to come through in spots like this, Matt. Second on the team and runs batted in.
First pitch on its way. Bases are loaded here. 1 man out. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
There's certain pitches throughout the game that decide whether you win or lose it. This is certainly one of the bigger moments right here.
2-0 count. The pitch. 2-1 the count. Can't find the zone there, and it's 3-1.
Not a good spot to be in right now. A pitcher's falling behind in the count with a guy up that hits really well with runners in scoring position.
The 3-1. And that misses. Ball 4. A run will come in to score.
And it's times like these that a pitcher feels awfully lonely. I can see why he didn't want to be too aggressive. Last thing he wants to do is give up a grand slam to a dangerous hitter, but walking in a run is painful too. And here he is again, still with the bases loaded.
So it's bases loaded, 1 away, and in steps the catcher, JT Realmuto. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Liner in there for a base hit. 1 run scores. Now it's cut off. A throw to the plate, and he's safe.
You know who's the happiest man in the building right now? His starting pitcher. He's got a big old smile on his face. He knows he has a 6-run lead here in the early going to work with. You can't let that take away your edge, though.
Here comes manager Bud Black out of the dugout heading for the mound. And we're going to see a pitching change as that's going to do it for his starter here tonight. So as he leaves, I would imagine these fans would not be much pleased with his performance here this evening, as he certainly was not sharp. Jairo Diaz enters from the pen in just the second inning, so they'll hope to get some length out of him and have him stay out there for a while.
Diaz.
Here's Didi Gregorius. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. Gregorius, also known as Sir Didi around the game and in the Netherlands. His contract is set to expire at the end of this season, so he may end up hitting the market this winter.
You know, Matty, I know he's in the final year of his contract, but he's playing to expectations, to be honest with you. I know he wants to turn it up a little bit, though, as he approaches the end of the season and make that salary push as he heads towards free agency again.
And this is low, ball two. 2-1. Fly ball right down the line in left. And this will wind up a foul ball. And you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number two. That was a nasty looking slider that time.
Yeah, that was really well executed, Matt. A classic strikeout pitch. You think it's fastball middle in, then it starts bearing in on your back leg, and unless you hit it out front, there's nothing much you can do with that.
Into the box, Roman Quinn. Popped him up. Arenado in foul ground, and the inning is over. So they pick up 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. Phillies on top, 6-0. Trevor Story steps in now. He starts the inning, and Dan, they're down 6 in the early going. So what do they need to do to claw back into this thing?
Well, first of all, Matt, I think they need to start to get some base runners. It's hard to be patient when you're down by 6. But base runners are the key to getting back into this one.
Now the pitch.
1-0.
Hey, with this big a lead, you have to just pound the zone and force this team to get aggressive in the box.
The 1-0 delivery. Count even now at 1-1. Now here's the pitch. And here's a fastball, not close, as he runs it to 2-1 now.
Hey, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, that's right where you want to miss. Any lower, and he'll probably make you pay for it.
Ball even at 2-2. And the pitch. Hit in the air out to right. Harper has a read on it. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Batting 7. The second baseman, Rogers.
So the base is empty here with 1 away. And that'll bring up Brendan Rodgers. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike.
Got to pitch to the ballpark's dimensions right here. Love the execution of that pitch down in the zone. Got to keep the ball in the yard.
Grounder down the line at third. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Now a fastball. Oh, strike 3 called on a pitch that looked inside. Instead, it's out number 2.
Well, that call looked like it was a little in the pitcher's favor, but it wasn't outrageous. Hey, listen, calling balls and strikes is a really tough job, and even the best are going to miss some from time to time, especially when they're sort of borderline like that last one. Not sure the hitter would want to hear that, though.
Lays off 1-0. He comes in at 262 on the year. 5 homers and 19 driven in. Into his windup, here comes the 1-0.
Now, when you've got a 6-run lead out there, there's no reason not to go right at guys. You have to keep attacking the zone.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Two balls and a strike. Swing and a screamer, but this one's not going to stay fair. The 2-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. 3 up, 3 down for Colorado. They still find themselves down 6-zip. Welcome back. Here's Heidi Watney with a report as we get set for the top of the 3rd. Heidi?
Matt, I talked with Philadelphia's manager during the break about the Phillies' offensive production to this point. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said forcing the opposing starter out of the game before the 3rd inning and posting a bunch of runs right out of the gate was huge for them from a confidence standpoint and for their outlook moving forward in this game. The key now is keeping their foot on the gas pedal, Matt.
Thank you, Heidi. Digging in for his 2nd at-bat, Scott Kingery, as we are all set to begin the 3rd inning in this one.
Even though they're up by a boatload early on in this one, you can't get complacent and get lazy. They got to keep the gas pedal down because this team that they're playing can strike and score a lot of runs too.
Up top, it's 2-0.
It's a lot easier to hit when you're putting yourself in good hitters counts. This guy's done a great job not swinging at pitchers' pitches. And when he's getting the ball in the zone, he's getting the barrel to it. He's been hot lately.
Fouled off. Again, another foul ball. Slider laid off for a ball.
You can bet they'd love ball 4 here. That gives the pitcher on deck an obvious bunt situation to move the runner into scoring position.
The 3-2 pitch. And there's a line drive, base hit to left field. So an inning opening single kicks off their half of the 3rd.
Dan, how hard is it to massage your way through such a deep lineup? I mean, even the 8-9 hole hitters are solid big league players.
You know, Mark, these days you're not seeing a lot of defensive specialists in the infield or outfield. If you're in that starting lineup these days, there's a pretty good job you can swing the bat.
Looking to bunt here, but he can't connect, and that's the first strike. On the year, Velasquez is carrying a slugging percentage under .350. Needless to say, he's not a big extra base hitter home run guy right here. And this is going to be bunted foul, so we'll see now what Joe Girardi elects to do at this point. And now a 2-strike bunt attempt here as this one's down. Only plays to first, so the pitcher does his job as it's a successful sacrifice.
The left fielder, number 22, Andrew McCutchen.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Andrew McCutchen. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. First offering on its way. Fastball well outside. Runner at second here with 1 man out. 1-1 to Andrew McCutchen. The 1-1 home.
That was a nasty pitcher's pitch right there. Most guys strike out on that one. He was able to scramble at a little bit and give him another chance. And hopefully this pitcher misses over the heart of the plate.
Sliders, strike 3 called, and that's a pitcher's pitch right there. 2 gone.
It's never a good look to strike out looking, but it's way worse when you do it with a guy in scoring position. Those are the times you really want to see a guy battle and at least put the ball in play.
And that'll bring up Gene Segura as he'll take a look at ball 1. The 1-0. Liner toward right center. And that's in there. Base hit. Tack on another here as the runner scores from second.
When you're up by 7 runs any time in a game, let alone this early, it feels awfully good. They are hitting on all cylinders here, but they have to be careful not to let off the gas pedal now.
And Bryce Harper will dig in at the plate as it's grounded sharply to first. And that's through for a hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Wow, I'm not sure how, but it looks like he didn't even touch this thing. Might have been thinking about throwing the ball before he actually caught it. The game moves fast, but you have to do one thing at a time.
At the plate, Rhys Hoskins. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hot shot down the line. But this is foul for the first strike. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Two down, runners at first and second. Took him right up the ladder that time, and it's 1-2.
It's not easy to get your barrel to a pitch that high. That could be an effective location as long as he keeps it above the letters.
And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2.
You know he's probably cheating on that inside pitch after he got jammed earlier. If you're on the mound right now, you want to try to hit that outside corner, and there's a pretty good chance you'll get him to roll over something.
Still 2-2. 2 men are on with 2 men out. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Phillies will have to be content with just the 1. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. Phillies lead this one 7-0.
The Rockies are due to hit in the 3rd, and they're looking to get some momentum going with the bats. This is a group that has had trouble doing so all season long. At the start of the day, they find themselves as one of the worst teams in the league in hitting the long ball and scoring runs. I talked to one player before the game that told me he thinks things have sort of snowballed on them this year. They didn't get off to a good start, and since then, most everyone has simply been searching for answers and trying to do too much. He admitted it's been a frustrating year, but they have to keep pushing forward and looking for better ways to generate offense. Back to you guys.
All right, Heidi, thank you. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And that swung on and missed for strike 1.
Hey, if you're able to blow a first pitch fastball by a guy, gotta believe that pitch is coming again right here.
Swings through it for strike number 2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. This is popped up. Hoskins in foul ground. And this will not be caught. It's a foul ball.
Got to take advantage of that pitch right there. 0-2 breaker hanging over the heart of the plate. Not going to see too many of those today.
Rockies pitcher with a bat in his hands and a 1-2 count. Now a swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out.
Boy, there's nothing better from a pitcher standpoint than watching that high fastball, a high piece of cheese, swung at and missed. That pitch looks so inviting to hit, but it's awfully tough to put in play.
In now, Raimel Tapia. As he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. The average coming in at 266. 1 home run and a dozen RBIs. Now the 1-0. 1-1 to count. Swung on but fouled off to the left. 1 out, nobody on. And that misses 2-2. And now a pitch on the way. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Harper on the run. He gets there and makes a fine running play for the second out.
The first baseman, number 9, Daniel Murphy.
Daniel Murphy steps in now. 0 for 1 here in the early going. First pitch coming. Here it is.
Shocked he didn't let it fly right there. Usually you're looking for a fastball elevated to get the party started.
Even on 0-2, a dangerous count for Daniel Murphy.
2-out lightning definitely applies to this offense. If this 2-hole hitter can get on, they could start something serious.
2 out, nobody on. Lifted in the air out to left field. And McCutchen will put this one away, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Rockies. They need to get something cooking here. It's 7-0. All set for the start of the 4th. Now at the plate, JT Realmuto. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. First delivery to him on the way.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
That swung on and missed. We're even at 1-1.
Nice adjustment out on the mound. Overthrew the first one a little bit, but got on top and let that ball rip right out in front of him.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. And it's fouled away. He's set. Here's the 2-2.
Wow, talk about a waste pitch on 2-2. That one wasn't even close. I don't know anyone that would have swung at that pitch.
Into right field. That's a base hit. So a base hit for him has him aboard to start out their half of the 4th as we take a look at the league leaderboard in hits. And as you see there, he finds himself in 6th place in the category in the National League. So now to the plate, Didi Gregorius. He swings and sends it in the air to right center field. Therefore, it is Blackman, and he's got it for the first out.
Now back, the center fielder, Roman Quinn.
Into the box now, Roman Quinn. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. In there for strike 1, 0-1. On the ground to second base. This could be two. Rogers picks it up, and that's the second out.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time, and that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
And in steps Scott Kingery. Well, the reliever remains in the game here, having pitched very well, but this is a longer outing than what he's used to.
It is, Matt, and I really tip my cap to him for gutting this thing out right now. On the other side, I worry they're being a little bit too greedy by leaving him out there. There are options left in the pen, and it would be a shame if all his hard work got undone because he started making some mistakes in location due to fatigue.
Ball one to start the at-bat. Here's a ball swung on and hit high and deep down the left field line, and this will stay fair. Home run. So a two-run homer down the line in left, number 11 for him on the season, as they've pushed this lead up to 9 now.
Really made him pay for that mistake in location, and I gotta say, this reliever has given them a great effort out there, but I think they've asked too much of him here, and unfortunately for him, I think that's pretty clear now.
The pitcher, number 21.
Into the box now, Vince Velasquez, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He laid down a sacrifice bunt in his last trip. Now the 0-1. That one bends into the zone. A strike on the breaking ball. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. A 1-ball, 2-strike count to the Phillies pitcher. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. But the fighting strike for a pair, both coming on this 2-run home run. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It's the Phillies 9 and the Rockies nothing. Striding into the box, Nolan Arenado. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
Here's a cold strike about thigh high. 0-1. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
I know it's cliche and it's tired at times, but a well-located fastball down at the knees is still the best pitch in the game.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Hit hard back up the middle. And there's the first hit of the game for Colorado.
Dan, count goes out the window with this batter right here. It doesn't matter if it's 0-2, 2-0. He's locked.
He has great bat-to-ball skills. There are some guys that just have a knack, D-Row, of being able to get the barrel of the ball, and this is one of those guys.
And that'll bring in Charlie Blackmon as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. He'll start this one at 269. 5 homers and 15 RBIs. Lifted the other way out to left center. Quinn will settle under it to make the play for the first out, as the runner will have to head back to first.
Now batting, the left fielder, David Dahl.
David Dahl to the plate now. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Ready with the 1-0 pitch.
I don't blame him for not coming over the heart of the plate. He circled this guy on the lineup card when he got to the yard today. He's been swinging one of the hotter bats in the game.
No runs, just one hit and one error in the ballgame for the Rockies so far. 2-1 to David Dahl.
Hey, you get 2-0, your eyes light up, but you're sitting in one spot, and he obviously didn't get it right there. But he still finds himself in a 2-1 count, ready to do some damage.
3-1 to the Rockies left fielder.
Time to wake up the offense right here. 3-1 count, all in on something over the heart of the plate.
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. And that misses, ball 4. So it's first and second now with only one away.
Well, they've struggled offensively in this one so far, but after that walk, they've got runners at first and second and look ready to make a little noise. Just need a big hit now.
And that brings in the power hitting shortstop Trevor Story. Flied out in his first at bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. From the belt, kicks and deals.
Awesome execution right there. Great pitcher's pitch and an excellent job to get ahead in a tough spot.
A ball and a strike to Trevor Story. First and second now, one man out. And that one misses badly. It's ball 2.
Hey, lots of guys get too aggressive in a spot like this, but he's done a nice job of gaining some count leverage. Look for him to put the ball in play hard.
Oh, and this ball is absolutely blasted high and deep over the bleachers and onto the concourse. A home run.
Man, you could tell by the sound of that one off the bat, that was going a long way.
Brendan Rodgers bats next.
The second baseman.
As he'll take a look at a strike on the outside corner, it's 0-1. First time up, he went down looking. Strike 2 as the fastball is let go.
You got to go into battle mode after falling down 0-2 and find a way to work yourself back to even.
And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the second time here tonight. Didn't mess around much in that at-bat, Dan.
No, that was pretty impressive, man. I really like a pitcher that trusts and works off his fastball. Right there, he decided he didn't need to use anything else. 3 straight heaters and go grab some bench.
Standing in now, Dom Nunez. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Now the pitch.
1-1.
Weak grounder back to the mound. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. But the Rockies strike for 3, all coming on this 3-run home run. We're through 4. It's now 9-3. Brian Shaw gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. Back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring up the former National League MVP, Andrew McCutchen. First delivery to him on the way. Slider bends into the middle of the strike zone, taken for a strike. Shaw was known as a short relief specialist, a guy who came in, got 1 or 2 big outs, but with the new pace of play rules, they're forcing a change for this right-hander. He leaps, but he can't get it. It's down for extra bases. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
That was a great job of driving that ball, extending his arms very well, was able to get it over the right fielder's head, one hopping it off the wall for an easy double. That's one of those solid hits that you don't even feel coming off the bat.
Gene Segura standing in as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Last time through was a base hit. The 1-0.
When you're down 6 on the mound, you got to at least throw strikes here.
The 2-0. Hit on the ground out to short. Story scoops it up, and that's the first out.
The right fielder, number 3, Bryce Harper.
Into the box, Bryce Harper, 0 for 2 with a walk for him so far. From the stretch, Harper swings and hits it very well to right. And out of here, and I mean by plenty. That ball was crushed. A 2-run home run here for Bryce Harper, and even 20 home runs for him now thus far, as they've widened this lead to 8 now. Well, we've now seen 4 homers combined between these two clubs today. What are your thoughts, guys?
Yeah, Matty B, you don't see this very often, D-Row, when it's cold and chilly like this. Wind blowing in a little bit, but we're still seeing a lot of home runs.
Yeah, Dan, I can't explain it. Let's just tip our hats to both offenses right now because they came to play. Moving traffic against this cold weather, not easy to do.
And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. Now the pitch. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
If you've been paying attention, the guy on the mound does not want to come inside. If I'm at the plate, I'm leaning out over.
Now the 2-0 home is laid off, but in there for strike 1. Still only 1 out in the inning. Down the left field line and deep, and no one will get this one. The 2-2. JT Realmuto will be next. Full count here. Here comes the pitch. Now that ball is smoked. Carrying to deep left. Gone. Back-to-back homers. Rhys Hoskins with a solo shot. Number 13 for him on the year as they've pushed this lead up to 9 now. Wade Davis gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys.
Now batting, catcher,
To the plate now, JT Realmuto, as he'll take one on the inside corner at the knees. It's strike one. Trying to keep it going. A perfect 3 for 3 thus far. And that misses downstairs for a ball. 1-1. Oh, look out. Hot shot to third, and there are 2 away.
now batting, shortstop, Didi Gregorius.
So coming to the plate, Didi Gregorius. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Davis, a native Floridian. This is his 12th season in the big league, so he's put together a really nice career to this point.
Yeah, Matty, you ain't kidding right there. 10 years, we refer to that in the biz as hitting full pension.
Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. Action now in that Colorado pen as a southpaw has stood up to throw out there. 2 out, nobody on. Fouled away. The 2-1 home. Pulled toward right center field.
Tapia's in pursuit.
He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. So 2 home runs in the inning lead to 3 runs on the scoreboard. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Phillies 12 and the Rockies 3. Josh Fuentes will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 8, Josh Fuentes.
And they go right after him on the inside corner for strike 1. And he comes in as a player to watch out for, hitting well over 300 on the season. Comes back with a fastball up and away that swung on and missed. 0-2. Wastes a pitch on the knuckle curve there. 1-2.
He wasn't even close to swinging right there. That was a stone cold take.
The 1-2. A swing and a ground ball to third. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. On its way is pitch number 75. The 1-2 offering looked like a slider that time, but it's 2-2. Count remains 2-2. There's a shin-high slider laid off for a ball.
These are the kind of ABs, regardless of the outcome, you go back to the dugout as the offensive player, and your teammates are loving on you for making that pitcher work and battling it out.
And he'll finally just wear him down as this one swung on and missed for the first out.
Talk about blowing it by a guy. Geez, I mean, that fastball was way behind him when the swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball.
Stepping in now, Raimel Tapia. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. 1-1 the count now. 3 runs, just 2 hits, and 1 error in the ballgame for the Rockies so far. Well above the letters with the fastball that time.
It's one thing to get hit around, but it's far worse when you're getting yourself into trouble by not throwing strikes. Every pitcher's been there, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating or unacceptable.
High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Center fielder coming on. He gets there and makes the play for the 2nd out of the inning.
Now batting, first baseman, Daniel Murphy.
Here's Daniel Murphy now. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. First pitch of the at-bat. Looking at his career totals, Murphy has a batting line residing in the 290s, looking to boost that even higher here. Here comes the 1-0. Line drive to left. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. A potentially big 2-out hit as it brings up Nolan Arenado next.
Kind of looked like he had gotten his bearings there. Dan was going to have a 1-2-3 inning, but not the case, giving up that late 2-out knock.
Oh, this lineup is so deep, 1 through 9, they could put a hurting on you, and they're making him work, and he's given up a lot of base hits so far in this one. So far, this has not been an easy one for this pitcher.
Here comes the first pitch. Ball 1 as he lays off below the zone.
Hey, a 2-out single isn't all that bad, but it can be when you've got this part of the lineup coming up.
2 out with the man at first. Not what he wanted to do there with the slider as it misses well above the zone.
Now this is the kind of count this guy feeds on at the plate. You can bet he's geared to hit the fastball right here.
The 2-0 on the way. Here's Arenado with a drive. Well hit to left and deep. And this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. Number 13 for him on the year, but they still face a 7-run deficit. Well, that's the 6th home run we've watched leave the yard in this one. Guys, what do you think's behind the hitting we've seen here today?
Yeah, Dan, this doesn't make sense. It's absolutely freezing outside. The last place you want to be is in a batter's box, and this offensive team is driving balls out of the yard.
This is what's crazy about the game of baseball, D-Row. You would think under these conditions it would be all in favor of the pitchers. That has been anything but the case so far in this one.
Charlie Blackmon is next as he finds himself behind 0-1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hit out towards second. Kingery's there. They'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left aboard. 5 innings complete. The Phillies lead it 12-5. Jake McGee gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys.
Jake McGee.
Roman Quinn will be the first one to greet him as he'll have to turn around and bat from the right side of the plate here. Now here it comes. A 1 pitch on its way. That fastball straightens him up a bit. 1-2 now.
And think about it. In game 1 of this series, they've already had to go deep into their bullpen. This could affect them for the rest of the weekend if they don't get really good starting pitching.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. Just a bit high with the fastball, but didn't get the call. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
I really liked it. He gave up nibbling out of the zone trying to get him to chase. That wasn't working, so he just reached back and fired a good old country hardball fastball right by him. No better feeling in the world when you're a pitcher than throwing a fastball right by a guy.
At the plate, Scott Kingery. As the first pitch sinker misses to him, it's ball 1. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. That's 2-0.
Well, that's another great hitting count here on 2-0. It's no wonder why they're up 7.
And now pitch on the way. Outside, 3-0 now. Now here it comes.
Hey, it looks like this guy's going to work in the upper part of the strike zone. It'll be interesting to see if this lineup can adjust to the way he pitches.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Down the left field line and deep. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Now the 3-2 pitch. He loses him on ball 4.
Well, he battled to get it to a 3-2 count, but that pitch wasn't even close. Now he's got a man on with 1 out, so he's got to focus on trying to get the ground ball.
Ready once again, Vince Velasquez. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. First offering on its way, and they'll try to stay out of the double play here as he lays this one down. Only play to the pitcher covering, and the runner moves into second on the play.
Now batting, the left fielder, Andrew McCutchen.
Now in the box, Andrew McCutchen. He's 2 for 4 in the ballgame. From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Nope, that's the ball.
The set and the 1-0 pitch. Back up the middle and in for a base hit. And the runner at third will put the brakes on here as they didn't want to chance it even with 2 outs.
Dan, are you kidding me right there? I mean, that had to whistle past this guy's ear. That was a scary moment.
Dero, they call that the old chuck and duck, right? That was really close, and that's one of the things that most pitchers fear, that line drive that zips right by your head. Wow, that was awful close.
In now, Gene Segura, as he'll swing and lift a fly ball to right center, and nobody can get there in time. Base hit, and they'll extend their lead even further as the run from third is in to score.
Bryce Harper.
Next to dig in will be Bryce Harper. Harper swings and sends a ball well hit out to right. Blackman looking up. Gone! A 3-run homer here for Bryce Harper. His second of the game as they just continue to pour it on here. Well, if you're just joining us, that's the 7th home run hit so far in this game. Really unbelievable stuff.
Yeah, Matty V. Hey, D-Row, this is what Coors Field is all about, right? You come here to see runs, and that's what you saw today.
I just like this lineup. They didn't worry. They were going to hit homers regardless, but there's so much green grass out here playing in Denver. You stay on the approach that you're going to stay in the big part of the field. Next thing you know, you're back spinning stuff out of the yard.
This is line to left, and that'll get down out there near the wall. And a good job to get to it quickly and get it back in. That'll hold him to a 2-out single.
Dan, with that single, he's now 3/4 of the way to hitting for the cycle. Toughest one still on the shelf, though. He's got to get it triple.
Yeah, that you said it, D-Row. That's one of those that's either got to hit right down the line or one of those tweeners in the gap. He has enough speed, so if he can find a gap or find one down the line, maybe he can do it, and he's going to at least get one more at bat in this one.
JT Realmuto is in with 2 away as he takes a ball 1-0. 4 runs here in this half inning. And he takes a cold strike 1. And now we'll see some action in the bullpen as the lefty starts to get loose. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field.
You'll only see about 10 of these pitches a year. The changeup on a tee in the middle of the plate, but tip your hat to the batter right there. He did not come unglued, stayed within himself, and drove it for a base hit.
Into the box now, Didi Gregorius. To short, hit hard. Story brings it in. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. 9 men come to the plate, 4 score. To the bottom of the 6th inning. Philadelphia is on top, 16-5. Ready now, David Dahl, 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far.
This one doesn't look good so far, down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going, and the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
The windup and the 0-1. And he fouls this one off. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2.
Stone cold take right there. That fastball very well could have sent him packing back to the bench.
And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Trevor Story. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier.
Yeah, man, this guy flexed his muscles in that last at-bat. We heard that he has good power. That last bomb had to go well over 400 feet. He hit it a long way.
And that misses 1-1. 1 out, nobody on. This one for the shortstop Gregorius. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
The batter, number 7, second baseman, Brendan.
Now to the plate, Brendan Rodgers. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Trying to strike him out for the 3rd time. Inside, as he might be trying to set him up here 1-2.
Well, there's the classic 0-2 wasted fastball. Not even close to the zone. We'll see what he throws on the next pitch.
Rolled slowly down the 3rd baseline. Reined in. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We're through 6 full. Phillies on top, 16-5. Digging in the switch hitter, Roman Quinn, and he'll get us started in what's officially the back 3rd of this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Outside, that's all.
The 2-1 home. Makes him swing and miss on a ball out of the zone for strike 2.
I'll tell you, he just doesn't look comfortable in the box to me tonight. He's been off balance with his swings, and that one completely tied him up.
Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact. And a good take there, as they'll have a leadoff man aboard to start the 7th. It's ball 4.
That is not the way he wanted to start off this half inning. It's one thing to walk the leadoff hitter, but it's even more painful when the leadoff hitter is an absolute burner, and he can really wreak some havoc on the bases.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And this is on the ground, is short. Could be 2. Back to Murphy, and they get them both.
Doesn't come much easier than that. Taylor made 6-4-3 double play and an easy one to turn.
Jay Bruce will get the call to pinch hit here, as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty. As anticipated, here's a ground ball now to the right side. Off balance throw gets him. Nice play there as the side is retired. Nothing doing here this half. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark. Phillies lead this one 16-5. David Robertson will come on and take over here, and he'll hit in the leadoff spot following the double switch. Jay Bruce takes over out in left field after entering the game in a pinch hit role last half inning. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Below the zone, a swing and a miss. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Yeah, Matty, I'm in need of better approach out of the 8-hole hitter. He's hitting in the bottom of the order for a reason. He's got to be willing to work the count, grind it, get this pitch count up, and get on for the boys in front of him.
So he got him swinging. Dom Nunez is retired for the first out in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Ryan McMahon will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher. Logan Forsythe has come into the ballgame now as he takes over as the new 3rd baseman. Neil Walker is into the game as well, as he's the new first baseman.
Number 12, Neil Walker.
And he got him out in front that time. Strike one. Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hold, 0-2. Bases are empty, one man out. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first two men he faces out of the bullpen.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
So now to the plate, Raimel Tapia, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1.
Man, that's 7 straight strikes to start this inning. He's got a chance at an immaculate inning.
In there, and he's in control, 0-2 now.
Hey, and the beat goes on. That's number 8.
Lined into left center, and this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
And this might be the kind of AB that gets him out of that slump. Smart hitting here, just going with the pitch, using the whole field instead of trying to do too much. The results speak for themselves.
Standing in now, Daniel Murphy. And now a soft liner to the left side, but foul. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. High in the air out to center field. And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. We're back to Friday Night Baseball on the show after this. James Pazos enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is. So striding in, David Robertson. And he's getting his first plate appearance here in the 8th after entering off the bench just a little bit ago. No balls and a strike to count. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Hit back up the middle. And into center field, a base hit. So early trouble here to start the 8th inning. Well, that's his first major league hit. There might not be too many more to come considering he's a pitcher, but I'm sure that's still a pretty exciting moment for him.
Hey, listen, hits are hard to come by, Matt. I only had 1 in my entire 18-year career. 1 for 15, but hey, I still remember that 1 hit.
To the plate now, Logan Forsythe, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Pazos throws what many consider to be one of the better power sinkers in the game. He throws it very hard, and you really don't have to squint to see it drop right off the table.
Hey, I've talked to a lot of guys around the league that hit off this guy, and they say it's like trying to hit a bowling ball. It's a heavy ball with heavy sink. If you make contact, it feels like you're hitting a bowling ball. This guy has one of the best sinkers in the game.
Bryce Harper will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts here, we take you back to inning number 6. This was his second home run of the ball game as he'll stand in here looking for number 3. First pitch coming. Here it is. Swinging a ball line down in the left field corner, but this will be foul. 2 out, nobody on. Harper behind with an 0-2 count now.
Yeah, if he's going to pound the zone with this stuff all game, the offense better step up. Somebody's going to have to pull a trigger a little bit earlier in the count.
And right into the shift, but this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2. 0-2 count and the pitch. Again, he sends it out of play. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Too much dip on the sinker, laid off for a ball.
Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch to put an end to the inning.
Down quickly go the Phillies, but you can forgive them as they still hold an enormous lead. Trying to pick things up where he left off, Nolan Arenado. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point. Adam Hazley is into the game as a defensive replacement now as he takes over in right. First pitch of the at-bat. In there at the knees, strike 1.
Hey, there's an old saying in baseball, you need to take a strike in this spot. Well, he got one there. Now he just needs to find a way to get on.
High and deep down the left field line. And no one can get there. It's a foul ball. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Still no balls and 2 strikes. And the knuckle curve that time. Got him swinging, and that's the first out.
Not a lot of guys throw that knuckle curve, but some guys have a lot of success with it. Some say it has more bite than the traditional curveball, but I think it's more of a feel thing. It just works for certain pitchers, and it worked right there.
At the plate, Charlie Blackmon, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Set to deliver the 0-1. There's strike 2 as it catches the outside corner. Down the first baseline. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Now that the left field.
Into the box now, David Dahl. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Tried to check his swing there as this is hit to the left side. And the off-balance throw is right there for the third out. And a high degree of difficulty on that one as the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Colorado. And they remain well behind. Here's Neil Walker.
Leading off for the Phillies, the first baseman, number 12.
First delivery to him on the way. Hit hard on the ground to the right. And a reach to his backhand, but he can't come up with it, and the leadoff man's aboard.
Now that is catcher, JT Bruin.
In now, JT Realmuto, as he'll take a look at a slider that can't make it back to the corner. It's ball 1. In his career versus this pitcher, he's just 2 for 9. Ready with the 1-0. Grounded back up the middle to second for 1. Back to Murphy, and they get them both.
Now that
Stepping in, Didi Gregorius, and looking to improve on a 1 for 5 effort so far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Two out, nobody on. High in the air out to center field. Tapia is there, and they breeze through this half inning as the side is retired. Phillies go down quietly there, but not to fear as they hold a commanding lead. Sir Anthony Dominguez, a 6'1" right-hander, will be the one to get the call from the bullpen here.
Sir Anthony Dominguez.
In now, Trevor Story starting things for his side in the ninth as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
The 0-1 on its way. Swing and a miss, and that'll get a groan from the home supporters here. One away.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
At the plate now, Brendan Rodgers. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Into the corner and slicing foul. Fouled off. The 1-2 gets him looking. Strike 3.
It's been a rough game for him at the plate. Couldn't get the bat off his shoulder right there, and he struck out twice before that one. So he's going to have a lot to think about when he leaves the ballpark tonight.
Into the box, Dom Nunez. Well struck down the right field line. But this will land foul as he didn't miss by much. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Good pitch as this is swung on and missed, and now they're down to perhaps their final strike of the evening.
Get it ready, big boy. This guy's throwing 3 digits right here. The best way I can help the fans is 90 to 92. You can usually
swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Well, that wasn't exactly a nail biter, but it's always nice when you can get an offensive explosion like that and save your closer for another day. A comfortable victory.
16-5 the final in this one tonight. Philadelphia jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Vince Velasquez earns his 6th winning decision in this one. Yency Almonte struggled and gets the loss after giving up 6 earned. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.
All right, everybody. Well, the Phil's bats were anything but silent tonight as they win this one, this game 1 out in Denver by a final score of 16-5. 21 hits for 16 runs. I don't know exactly how many replays we're going to get in the vault here, but Bryce Harper goes 2 for 5, smacking his 20th and 21st home run of the season. 5 RBIs on the day. Scoring 3 times himself. Rhys Hoskins also with a home run, a double, a single, 3 RBI. He was a triple away from the cycle. Trying to get the big fella to get a triple is like trying to give birth to an 80-pound flaming porcupine. Andrew McCutchen, 3 for 5, another home run. I believe that's his 16th of the season. Double, run batted in. Scott Kingery also 2 for 4 with a home run. Just an offensive onslaught by the Fightins as we take you to a review of the action that went down, and literally the first pitch of the game was a home run. I literally set this up to go upstairs to eat dinner, and Kutch takes Yency Almonte yard, first pitch of the game. So I had a feeling something like this could happen based on that first shot, and here is the big fella, Rhys Hoskins, doubles to center here, knocking in a run that made it 2-0, and that was just the beginning of a 16-run onslaught here. As we now fast forward to the top of the second, JT grounded to right, with a single, knocking in 2 runs. Fast forward to the top of the 4th. Here's Scott Kingery with a home run. 2-run blast, boom, out of here. Hits it out there to just beyond that foul pole, making it 9-0 in the 4th inning. As we look at the bottom of the 4th, the home run by Story. Trevor Story goes yard here, knocking in 3, the 3-run home run. That one's over near the frozen yogurt stand right there. I don't know why they did frozen yogurt in Denver, but whatever. And here's a 2-run home run here by Harp. He goes yard, taking it well out of here. Just inches away from hitting that second tier there, but that made it 11-3 in the 5th. And here's Reese with a home run, adding to the score fest, I should say, as he homers here to left field, making it 12-3. Looking more like a football score with each time the ball leaves the yard. Every time a run crosses the plate. Nolan Arenado got into the act with a 2-run home run, making it 12-5 in the bottom of the 5th. But wow, so many home runs. And again, much like Citizens Bank Park, as you see, it's kind of designed somewhat the same. It is a hitter's park, and boy, I'll tell you what, Phil's took full advantage. Here's Bryce's 2nd home run, also missing that second deck. He almost put it in the exact same spot. 16-5, and that's all it took for the scoring as Sir Anthony Dominguez closes the door as Nunez strikes out on the fastball, and that is all it took. So Vince Velasquez gets win number 6. Phil's improved to 42-8 on the season. Unbelievable performance by the Fightin' Phils as Vince goes 6 innings. I think he threw about 100 to 101 pitches, striking out 7, letting up 5 runs, but gets the win nonetheless. And Bryce Harper, of course, the player of the game. There's no question about that. 2 home runs, just as Kutch was the other night, who, by the way, with that home run to lead off the game, he got his 15th, in case you're just tuning in. So you see the line score there, 16 runs on 21 hits. Very few runners left on base tonight. You see Vince gets his his 6th win of the season. 3rd win in a row as the Phils take Game 1 in Denver against the Rockies. So we shall see what happens tomorrow as our boy Aaron Nola, the ace, goes to the hill looking for win number 10. Aaron Nola undefeated looking to tomorrow's game. Certainly not looking past Kyle Freeland or the Rockies, but certainly looking to go out there and make an impact, as he always does when he goes out to pitch. So, yeah. There you see Bryce Harper, the top player, spotlight player of the game, 2 for 5, 3 runs scored, 2 home runs, 5 runs batted in, drew a walk as well. So just an overwhelming performance by the Phillies. Bryce Harper with a commanding lead in home runs, now 21 home runs on the season. Mike Moustakas moves up to a tie with Kutch for league leaders in home runs. So now Bryce Harper also leads the league in runs batted in with 50. Wow. He's got 21 home runs and 50 RBIs, and we're only in the month of May. Yeah, it's going to be there's going to be some astronomical numbers I can forecast by the end of this season, even by the end of this half season. Reese in there with 43 runs batted in. Aaron Nola still with 98 strikeouts. He'll definitely have 100 by the end of this series. I would only forecast. Of course, he's also the league leader in ERA. Kutch still up there at the top of the heap with a 4.29 batting average. Bryce Harper and JT both tied for second with the batting average. And, of course, Jake is back in the starting rotation, as I mentioned the other night. He will be back in the rotation. He will be starting against the Mets when they come to town to Citizens Bank Park next week. So he and Aaron Nola tie for the league lead in home runs. So the Phils just absolutely crushing it here in the month of May, just as they did in the month of April. 12 games up, 12 and a half games up on the Mets, 13 and a half games up on the Marlins, 20 games up on the Braves, and 20 and a half games up on the Nationals. Just an unbelievable deal going on here. But again, we look to the calendar, and we look forward to tomorrow, 7:10 local time. We'll probably do that Eastern time as well. I might even come on a little bit earlier tomorrow night as Aaron Nola looks for win number 10. And, of course, looking ahead to Sunday, the final game of this series before the Phils jump on that plane and head on back home to Citizens Bank Park. It will be Zach Wheeler looking for win number 7 against Jeff Hoffman. That would be Sunday. And then, again, looking ahead, yes, it will be Jake who will be starting the day after Labor Day. Monday being Labor Day, they have the day off, much like I do. Pretty much everybody does. I guess everybody does. I do. Everybody in this house does. So anyway, Jake will be looking for win number 10 on next Tuesday. But while still here in Denver this Memorial Day weekend, the Phils started off with some fireworks offensively as they explode for 16 runs, capping off a 16-5 final score here in Denver at the Colorado Rockies. So that's it for now. We will depart and we'll look forward to tomorrow. Once again, the Phillies winners tonight. Vince Velasquez, the win, gets his 6th victory, and they win by a final score of 16-5. So with that said, we'll look for you tomorrow night. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and tune in tomorrow night. And don't forget to check out the Facebook page to follow all the goings-on with the Phillies here on MLB The Show 20 as we will continue the season and see how it pans out. So far, the Phillies are just running away with it. They are crushing it right now. And, we'll see how it goes from here. They can't win them all, but they've won a majority. So that said, we'll see you tomorrow night for Aaron Nola versus Kyle Freeland and more of Phillies baseball here on the Bilskie channel. Have a good night. Have a great weekend, of course, and we'll see you back here tomorrow night. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night.